What if I told you, one of the most important upcoming DC movies is already facing quiet budget cuts, and DC fans don't even realize how big this could become? Because a new report says that DC Studios may be tightening money behind the scenes, and the movie caught in the middle is Man of Tomorrow. Now before you panic, this isn't a cancellation story. It's something much more strategic, and much more dangerous for the future of the DCU. According to a new report from Nexus Point News, internal budget restrictions at DC could now prevent certain desirable names from joining the cast of Man of Tomorrow. In simple words, DC may no longer be willing to pay top-tier Hollywood stars for this film. And the timing of this is not random. The studio has just come off the release of Superman, the first theatrical launch of the new DC universe led by James Gunn. Public reaction was strong. Critics were mostly positive. Fans were happy. But financially, it looks more complicated. Recently, Ted Sarandos suggested that Superman may have underperformed, especially while Netflix continues to explore a potential deal involving Warner Bros. Discovery. And according to The Hollywood Reporter, the final production budget for Superman was around $225 million, with marketing possibly reaching another $200 million. That is massive. Meanwhile, Bloomberg reports that the film generated roughly $100 million in profit from ticket sales, rentals, and merchandise. Worldwide box office: about $618 million. Now let's be very clear. This is not a flop. After years of non-Batman DC disasters, any profitable launch is a win. But from a studio perspective, it's not the runaway blockbuster that gives executives confidence to keep spending freely. And that is exactly why Man of Tomorrow is suddenly being watched very carefully. The report suggests that budget limits could stop DC from casting certain high-profile stars. But honestly, that might actually help this movie. James Gunn has built his career on finding unexpected talent. Just look at how David Corenswet turned into a major breakout as Superman. In fact, budget pressure may already be affecting casting choices. The same report claims that James McAvoy was the first choice to play the villain in Clayface, but passed on the role. Whether that was money, scheduling, or creative reasons, we don't know. But the pattern is starting to show. If these restrictions continue, Gunn may be forced to build the next phase of the Justice League with mostly lesser-known actors. And while Batman could still attract an expensive star because of his box office power, that kind of casting would likely limit how often the character can appear in other projects. There's another big clue hiding in plain sight. Instead of launching a massive cinematic Green Lantern film, DC is turning the property into a grounded, character-driven HBO series called Lanterns. That's not an accident. Especially when you remember how badly the 2011 Green Lantern movie damaged the brand. Big sci-fi budgets, heavy visual effects, high risk, lower tolerance for failure. This is also happening while the DC universe continues to expand on streaming with projects like Creature Commandos and Peacemaker. So here's the real story. This isn't about panic. This is about discipline. DC is trying to protect the future of its new universe while it's still fragile. Man of Tomorrow is now being positioned as a controlled, carefully managed sequel, not a blank check blockbuster, and honestly, that may be the smartest move DC has made in years. Because if Gunn can prove he can build a connected universe without relying on expensive A-list casting, then the DCU becomes scalable, flexible, and far safer for the long term. So yes, one upcoming DC movie is reportedly facing budget cuts. But this isn't a warning sign. It's a test.